As the largest wooden trestle bridge in the world, the Goat Canyon Trestle is an engineering marvel. Built in 1933, this massive structure is out in the middle of the harsh Anza Borrego desert and is only legally accessible via a very difficult trail.
No joke though, guys, this is a really challenging trail. Do not do this one if you're not prepared. And do not do it in the summer, under no conditions.
For most people, the best way to experience this hike is through this video, but if you want to do it for yourself, you need 4-wheel drive, route finding abilities, and a lot of stamina. Here's all the information on this hike to the famous Goat Canyon Trestle. We started in San Diego and took the 2-hour drive out to the trailhead. I recommend you get an early start, and we actually left the city at around 5 a.m. We stopped for a few minutes to watch the sunrise at Desert View Tower. It wasn't open, but this is an iconic landmark on Highway 8 that was built in the 1920s. It also has a massive view out over the Anza Borrego desert, so it's well worth the stop, especially in the early morning light. From here, it's still about an hour's drive out to the actual trailhead, and much of this is on a 4-wheel drive road. Again, there are no signs or anything out here, so make sure you know where you're going if you decide to do this.
I'm here with Chris, the last adventurer, and we are hiking the Goat Canyon Trestle, which is somewhere over on the other side of that hill. One of the most important things when you're hiking in the backcountry is to have a map, because that was my guide the first time I did it, and he's already got lost like 3 times.
This trail is 6 miles round trip with 2,500 feet of elevation, and while that doesn't sound difficult, you basically climb up and over a mountain and then up and over on the way back.
The last time I did this trail is the closest I ever came to heat exhaustion, so I'm hoping to have a better time. I have a lot of water this time. Look at that sun beating down on us already at 7:30 in the morning.
There's gold in them there hills.
That's why you don't put Chris on camera.
The most popular way to hike this is about 14 miles round trip, and it's following the train tracks the entire way there. Technically though, the train tracks are private property and it's trespassing, so that's why I said this is the only legal way to hike it.
You can see how much elevation we've already gained from where the car is. Way down there. We're all the way up here already in like less than a half mile. Next up, the top of that. This is definitely a lot of route finding. There are some of the cairns you can look for, but you gotta really be paying attention to find them.
The first time we did this about 10 years ago, the route was a lot more difficult to find and you needed a legit map. Now there's an All Trails map that you can follow, but you still need some route finding abilities or else you'll get lost.
Even if you don't need it, find the shade, take a drink break, because there's not a lot of it and you want to make the most of it.
From here, the trail heads down into a valley before starting the final climb up to the top of the mountain. Again, you can only call it a trail some of the time, as often you're just scrambling over rocks.
After about an hour, we have made it to the top of the steep section right there. And then we gotta go all the way down to the trestle and then all the way back up afterwards.
After you make it to the top of the major hill, then the trail flattens out and starts to descend, but it's an easy area to get lost, as you can see that everything basically looks the same out here.
We found a snake on the trail. Yeah, remember to be watching if you come through here, because they definitely are out in the sun. I don't know what kind of snake that is. It's not a rattlesnake, so that's good, but yeah, there's a snake. The steep descent down to the trestle has started, and it is definitely scrambling when you get closer, so watch out for the way back up especially.
The descent starts easy, but there are some sections where you have almost a 50-foot drop that you have to scramble down towards the end.
So I think when we go around that corner we're gonna be able to see it, but we still got some sketchy down scrambles until we get to it. All right, we lied to you. You can see the train tracks out there, but we still can't see the trestle. This is the 4th try.
100% this corner.
We will see. I hope so. We've been going downhill for a long time, so I'm ready to see the trestle. All right, moment of truth. Was Chris correct?
Winner, 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 winner!
Oh, there's the trestle. We still have a long ways to go though. This is also the sketchiest section we've got to, and we have to climb up over there and then all the way back down. Snack break before the final push.
Even when you finally see the trestle, you're still a good 300 to 400 feet of elevation just to get down to it.
Remember, everything that you do on the way down, you have to do on the way back up. So this is definitely not a hike for everybody.
Don't make the same mistake that Chris and I did. Wear long pants on this trail. There's a lot of plants that you have to go around with these big pokers, and they definitely tear up your legs.
You guys, I am so excited. We are almost there. The suffering of this hike is about to be worth it.
Eventually, we made it down the hill and started the little walk up to the trestle.
So that is the tunnel that collapsed. It used to cross here, but then they had to reroute it and build that bridge. Longest freestanding wooden trestle in the world. It's pretty cool. For a sense of scale, do you see that person on the bridge? That's how big it is. Well, we have officially made it to the Goat Canyon Trestle. Feels pretty cool to be back here after 12 years, even though that is not a fun hike.
The trestle is over 600 feet long and over 200 feet tall. It's an engineering marvel, and it's even more impressive when you see it in real life, as it doesn't seem real and it's so big. You can walk right up to the trestle itself and see the old railroad cars that are just sitting and degrading right next to it. Before the collapse that led to the creation of the trestle, this route was called the Impossible Route because of how difficult it was with the terrain. At one point, it ran through Baja California, through San Diego County, and into the Imperial Valley. If you choose to walk on it, note that it's not maintained and that it has large holes, and it feels like something that could collapse at any second. I saw a lot of people walking on the trestle, but it felt pretty sketchy to me. After exploring for a while and having a snack, we decided we probably needed to start heading back.
Alright, well that's it for our time at Goat Canyon Trestle. Most everybody we saw is coming from the other way, walking the train tracks, but lucky us, we're going back up that hillside.
I thought I was just going to put my camera away and end the video here, but I decided to shoot a little bit more on the way back just so you can get a better feel for the trail.
We get to go up that way. We still got a lot of uphill to go, but this is the last of the intense scrambles. Chris is making it look easy.
Here's a video of some of those spiny plants and what they end up doing to your legs if you don't wear long pants.
This is the fun part about hiking in the desert, is you could get a cactus that jumps on you from that plant right there. We can finally see the car. Oh man.
Also, this was a Sunday and we were the only people who did this route.
All right, we made it back. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That is an incredibly hard hike. It's November, the winter, and it's still very hot outside. If you want to do it, it's definitely the only way to do it legally, and you can see the trestle, but be prepared for a tough one. Any thoughts, Chris?
It was amazing. It was the most amazing hike. If you do it, bring 3 to 4 liters of water. Don't ask Josh and I to guide you.
All right, now we'll see you on the next one.